Welcome to the Rude Dude Cast. Rude Cast!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 185 of the Rude Dude Cast. Episode, I don't know, 3 or 4 of our
Three.
episode 3.
Oh, episode 4 of the Rude Dude Paper Girls coverage. Episode 3 of Paper Girls.
185 43. What's up? It's BMT, Dr. Dan. We're throwing numbers at you just to fuck with your brain this week, but we are here to discuss episode 3 of Amazon Prime's Paper Girls. Wow, what a pacing shift. I think we've nailed it, guys. I think we've nailed it. Dan, how you doing today?
Doing well. I'm doing swell. I watched this episode 2 days ago, so I have to recall it from the annals of my mind, but yeah.
So episode 3, Blue Tongues Don't Lie. A reference that we get. I might actually really dig the titling of these episodes.
I already forget what the Blue Tongues was a reference to.
There was that character Larry who was like a part of the
guy.
Future. Yeah. He
part of the STF.
Yeah. He had a picture of the one of those photo strips, like when you take from a photo booth, and everybody had blue tongues in it, him and his wife. Which also
okay, yeah.
Or him and his girlfriend. Which also, we always seem to mention on the show the music, which is something that we don't really talk about too much with a show like Stranger Things. It's just, the music choices are what they are. This show continues to kill it with music. It's particularly this episode with Mother by Danzig.
Right.
Wow. What a cut. I did not see that one coming.
Yeah.
Mind you, folks listening, that the comic book, if you didn't read it, it's not like they give hints of music. They don't talk really too much about songs in the comic book at all.
They might have a couple of times been a little subtitle saying this song plays in through Mackenzie's headphones or something like that. Maybe,
yeah, but nothing crazy.
There was a lot of pop culture references in the comic books where I remember specifically the one that comes to mind is, we mentioned in an earlier episode that instead of 2019 in the comic books at this juncture, they travel to 2010. And I remember the first thing they saw was a trailer for the then released Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot movie.
Right.
And so there's a lot of references like that came out in 2010. You know what I mean? So
right. So, but the music killed it. I mean, again, I think we get 2 bangers an episode with other songs in, but this one, there's Mother and then Blue Monday.
Yeah, they purchased the discount New Order block.
Yeah. Which is funny because I did not put that together until we just started recording. That
you
gotta
buy one, get one.
Well, because of Blue Tongues, we have Blue Monday.
Oh yeah, Blue Monday. Yeah. Totally.
I did not put it together until as we started recording. So anyway, in this episode, Blue Tongues Don't Lie, Mac reunites with a grown-up version of her brother Dylan and is stunned to learn how her family turned out. Tiff, KJ, and Aaron, Tiff, KJ, and the Aarons meet a stranger who might be the ticket back to 1988. This episode moved a lot better than the last episode, I thought. Kind of a nice balance.
Is the best episode so far.
Yes, easily.
IMO.
A great balance between the first and second episode was this third episode. I found myself really enjoying Mackenzie's story. Everybody else's story I kind of really didn't care about as much. The girls running around driving. So far, Tiffany is the only one who drives, which I think is funny. That they trust her with driving. Aaron gets kind of taken by this new character, Larry, which for at the end of the episode, we get a big info dump, kind of like an explanation of what's going on. So we have 2 warring factions. We have the Old Watch versus the what were they called? The STF?
The STF, which I think is Standard Time Fighters. I
Right.
think.
So in the comics, this is different. They're called the old timers and they are called the teenagers.
Right.
But
The old timers is the same in the show, but the STF.
no,
is
no, the old one, the show they call them the old watch, but they're called old
Oh.
timers in the comic books.
Right.
And in the and in this they're called they were called the teenagers. So basically, the old timers or the old watch in the show were led to believe they want to keep things, the space-time continuum, the way it has been. They don't believe in changing the past, which will change future events, because they like the way the future is, because they kind of run the show. They live in lavish lifestyles. There's less of a gap. It's even made a joke from older Aaron about how, like, oh, that sounds like today's world, like, where the rich are rich and the poor are poor kind of thing.
Right.
But like to an extreme degree, Larry is saying. Whereas then there's the STF who are down for changing past events to make the world better.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's
they
basically
they're
the
trying
war
to-
that's going on that the girls have found themselves in. And the girls have broken a law. They're lawbreakers by time traveling.
capital offense
Right.
in the old watch's timeline, right?
Right.
So yeah. So
Which is why Prioris is coming after them.
yes. So
Or
I
Prioress.
love this. Priors, whatever. I love this. I already it seems like it's like this is more of an explanation than we ever got in the comic books, or maybe it was just wasn't presented in an info dump way and the information was just trickled, because to my knowledge nothing that happened in this episode happened in the comic books, right? Like this was all new. Mac's older brother, not in the comics. This new character, Larry, his name was, not in the comics, right? So
No, yeah.
we didn't get any of this, so I'm all for that. And so
Well, I
love
think
this
Larry's.
episode.
I think Larry's there. I mean, and his story, which is kind of interesting. We get the beginning of it. The episode starts with him, and it's kind of confusing. It is cool
Mhm.
though.
Yeah, you don't know who he is.
Yeah, and but I think he is the facilitator of the war, the story.
I had
of
to-
what's going on.
I did the typical. Is this the right show?
Like he is there to explain, I guess, the war, and to be like their guide through the war.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, it's just kind of them. And
Yeah,
then-
they don't. Yeah, you just kind of it's very much the information about what's going on is just drip fed, and you kind of just figure it out by seeing what's happening, more or less. Except, no, you know what, dude? The old lady that we were talking about in the last episode, wasn't she kind of the one that served this purpose to explain to them what was going on?
Yes, she was, but I'm pretty sure she is going to be in the show.
Okay, good, because that's a pretty cool character.
I'm
Right,
pretty
so.
sure.
I hope
Let's
so,
see.
because I like that character. Maybe she was
Is
in the
it-
future. I don't remember.
I
really don't
think
remember. Like
I'm
the
trying to see if
future.
I'm trying to find her name in here. Was her name
Shit.
Dr. Quanta Bronstein?
Probably. I don't know. I really don't remember.
I don't want to
No,
read
no.
anything that I'm reading on the comic book like updates because I don't want to mess anything up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Well, either way, we'll see soon enough.
either way. So
Um,
yeah, so we learn also, or maybe we learned it last episode, that Mac is going to die by 16.
Yes, lymphoma. I don't remember if it was lymphoma in the comic.
No,
books, but
I
it
don't think
was-
it's lymphoma. I don't know
I
what
think
it
they
was.
just said cancer. They didn't really
Right.
get into what kind of cancer, right? I
In
don't
the
remember.
no, I don't think they did. But Matt and my wife is a doctor, and she was saying that whatever disease or whatever thing that they said Mac has on the show is pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
And so
she's basically got 4 years, right?
She got
Dies
4
at
years.
16.
so
She's 12 now.
her storyline with her brother was fucking awesome. That was the best part of the show. It was really
Oh.
good. I love that he like did a DNA sample or said that he did, and like he thought maybe he would like the way they played it was really good. Like he was like he believed her, and because of the cassette player, and
Yeah.
I think it was just really well done. Great acting from the both of them.
Great
I think-
chemistry, the two of them.
yeah, I just think it was just really good. Like Mac singing Mother, like going through like the thing. Like she just doesn't give a fuck like at all.
Yeah, well,
Like,
like,
don't,
in a
like,
lot
dude,
of
if you
ways-
were
no, go ahead,
12
go
year
ahead.
old, if you were 12 and you got zapped into the future, wouldn't you be way more afraid walking around? Like,
Yeah.
especially with people hunting you, possibly.
I
Like,
think I'd
this
be
girl
more
doesn't-
afraid though as an adult, because as a kid, I mean, like,
I guess so. A kid, you're definitely more fearless.
yeah, and like you're like less, you're probably less careless, a little more careless about like getting back. Like it wouldn't be like at the forefront of your mind. You'd be like, whoa, this shit is fucking crazy. Like, but as an adult, you'd just be like really afraid of never being able to get back. Or it's like, I mean, I'm sure the kids are too, but like even more so as an adult. You know what I mean? Because I think that
Yeah, it's-
reality would sink in faster as an adult.
Well, so I mean, we're looking at the lens of who we were as 12-year-olds. Like, as
Yeah.
me at 12, I'd probably be. I don't know if I wouldn't be as afraid as I would be now as an adult.
Right. You'd be probably a little stoked even. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, totally. So still a little confusion with kind of like what's going on in the show. And I don't know if that's just me in general or just like how it's presented. Like I was kind of confused with some things in this episode. There is something going on though with the show as a whole that I don't really know if I like, and that's like an overall vibe. Like it's kind of, I really like this episode. It was really fun, but I don't know what it is. Like there's something like shitty about the show. I don't know if that's the right word for it.
Well, it's just not up to the standards of like some of the really high I won't even include budget, because it's not about budget. It's
There's some just
not
really
up
good
to-
content out there and a lot of things to
Yeah.
watch.
like,
And
we
so
just watched Stranger Things 4, and now we're both watching Westworld season 4, and it's just
Yeah.
like in comparison, you know,
And
it's
it-
just
and it has
not
nothing to
on
do
the
with-
level yet, you know.
it has nothing to do with like it being teenagers either, because I watch like other teenage shows and
No.
stuff like that. Like on HBO, there's a great show called like The Secret Life of or Sex Life of College Girls, or I love what's it called? Sex Education on Netflix, one of the best shows out there.
Yeah.
Like so good.
Oh, you were
and-
telling me about that.
And you can't even say it's the content because they curse like sailors on the show. So
Sure.
it's not even that. And I'm not asking it to be sexualized because they're children. 'cause that's
Obviously,
weird.
12. yeah.
Obviously, yeah. But what I'm getting at is that there's an overall like weird like
It kind of feels like it's not as bad as
budgety.
like
yeah.
it's not as bad as like how I was saying like in the intro episode. Like it's not like Disney Channel bad. You know what I mean?
It's a step above CW.
yeah. Yeah.
A step above,
but
and 12 steps above Freeform.
it's not as it's
Not
not
Fox
on the
Family.
level- No. It's even above like it feels like network.
It's got some
TV,
pretty
though.
little It's got some pretty little liars stink on it.
It feels like network TV. It feels like it's something that would have been on like, I don't want to say like USA Network, but like maybe like,
TBS, like a TBS, like a
yeah, maybe I could see this coming on after Rampage or something, or after
like
Dynamite on a Wednesday
MTV,
night. You know,
or like MTV maybe.
MTV.
Yeah,
No, is
yeah.
it as bad as like Teen Wolf? I don't think so.
I never watched an episode of TV.
No, because the thing is, I really like this episode. I really do.
I
thought
did
this
too.
was a
I
really
did
good
too. I
step
don't know
in the
why.
right
I don't know
direction.
why. I don't know why I like leaned into some negativity behind.
No,
it.
no, because it's
I
still
think-
there
I just-
though.
I
The
liked it a
negativity
lot.
is still
yeah.
there, but
But like I
So-
find myself like on my phone during the show, or
well,
like
yeah,
and like I when I watch like something else, I put my phone down. And even while we're doing this podcast, I'm like, no, get off the phone. Like I need to pay attention.
Yeah.
And I just there's something about certain parts of the show where I'm just like,
you just tune out.
yeah,
I
and
lose
it's
you.
not, I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you this. One thing that is kind of throwing me for a loop, and it's not so much about like getting distracted from the show, but in the comic book and in the show, we like look at the background. If you're watching on YouTube, look at our background. It's purple, right? In the comic book, you know, there's all these crazy colors. The sky will just be crazy colors.
We
And
get
in the
crazy colors
context-
when like some shit happens.
We do, but this is a problem that I'm having. In the comic book, it's fine because you just justify it by like, oh, it's a comic book. It's just the artist just did that for dramatic effect. But in a television show with human being actors shot on not on film, but probably on digital media somehow, you think the question, why is the sky purple? I want an answer for that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
well, that's
Or
like
in the
while it's
comic, we
happening,
don't-
like what is happening that's creating
why
this
is the
epic.
sky purple? And they don't
Yeah,
really
like
give you an explanation for that yet. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's not time travel because you would think maybe, oh, maybe the sky's purple when they time travel, but that's not the case because the sky has been purple in instances when they're not actively time traveling. So
This is true.
why? Why is the
Ye-
sky purple? Is it just for dramatic effect? If so, that's weird. Not in a comic book, but on a show, it's weird.
It is
right?
weird. It is weird because it's like, why is this happening?
Yeah, in the comic book, you could say, oh, that's just dramatic effect.
So here's another thing that kind of just threw me for a loop. At the end of the episode, we get this reveal.
Yes.
All right, so Larry would like takes the girls. Now I thought he was going to bring them to like another time machine. When
That's
he
what I was
opened,
thinking.
when he opened up like the shed door or whatever the fuck they were, because real confusing.
A silo. It was a silo.
Oh, it was a silo. And we go and we see this giant mech robot. Now,
A Jaeger. From
is that what he
Pac Rim.
called it? Oh, from Pacific Rim. But there's no. But what is the reason why? Like why would these girls be stoked to see this, or like what's going on that they would need this? Because like I have a
Well-
feeling we could use this, and that like they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like why is he showing this to them? Like because they don't know that
I-
there's like monsters and shit.
Why is he showing it to them? I think we're about to find out in episode 4. Or some episode. But I was very pleased to see this. And we're getting into comic book spoiler territory. So, I don't know. Maybe if you haven't read the comic books, just mute for like the next like 30 seconds. Or skip ahead. Starting now. I was pleased to see this because this is a good sign that we're going to get those kaiju fights from the comic books that I was worried after the premiere that they were going to exclude from the show. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, once I saw how the premiere was, I was like, there's no way they're going to fucking, do a CGI kaiju. And this is saying like, oh yes, we are. You know what I mean? Because that fucking giant robot's going to have to fight
Well,
something.
they also said
right?
that the old watch feed people to dinosaurs.
Yeah, so that we're going to get dinosaurs.
They said it
Yeah.
on the show. They said
Yeah.
that. They said,
And-
if you get in trouble, if they catch you, like they feed you to dinosaurs.
Yes.
And they're like dinosaurs. So it's like
And
clearly,
I
like
think
maybe that's
ahead.
why he showed them to be like, listen, like this is what we're up against, and this is what we need.
yes.
And they've just found themselves in the middle of this war.
Yeah, and so I think he's gonna probably let them know why we need this in the next episode, or they're gonna just find out why they need it by seeing what's going on. And so yeah, I think it's a pretty good sign going forward of like where they put the budget, because it's like obviously for me the premiere felt very bare bones, the second episode felt very bare bones, but seeing this is a sign that like, hey, we saved the budget for this awesome shit later down the road. So like, you know what I mean? I'll take that as a sign
Yeah.
of good faith that the show's gonna improve.
I'm all
you know
about
what
the
I mean?
character building. The characters on the show is what's going to carry it, and I think it's been really good so far.
Yes, and what another thing is, I love Mackenzie. We already were talking about Mackenzie and her brother, but it almost feels like in the comic book, Erin is very much the main character, right? She's very
Right.
much like the 11 of this, and in the show, it almost feels like Mackenzie's the main character. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
think it's just because there's more to her story. And they're really fleshing out things more. Like in the comic book, yes, she gets sick. And yes, it is an ongoing theme throughout the whole thing. But they don't go
Right.
like,
It explains
as in
her.
deep to it with her having a brother that's a doctor that can maybe prevent it from happening. Or you know what I mean?
So yeah, and that was a question I had in the last podcast, was if she was lying about her brother being a doctor, but turns out she wasn't. So
No.
that's pretty
I
cool.
love-
I'm glad they
Go ahead.
didn't mess with that too much.
No. I love the scene where she wakes up. I was texting you about the scene where she wakes up in the morning at his house and he's like, they're just like having a conversation about like, what are we going to do for breakfast or whatever. And he's like, you want some muesli? And she's like, what the fuck is muesli? It's just like her face, the way she delivered the line. Like that kid's, she's good. I like
Oh
her.
yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah. I
good.
liked her brother character too. I thought he was great.
Yeah,
Uh,
their chemistry is
oh my
really
God.
good.
Oh my God.
What's up?
I've moved on to episode 4.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Synopsis.
and I saw who plays grandfather.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
You
can
don't
tell
wanna
the
know?
cast.
No, if he doesn't matter, I don't even know if you know who this is. I mean, you definitely do.
Okay. I want to be
Jay-
surprised.
I won't say it, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll keep it as a surprise for everybody watching
okay.
along with us. But yeah, it's like, oh, it's like that's a pretty big cast member.
Okay. It's somebody big. All right. Good.
Yep.
Who I can't even imagine. Is it fucking Doc from Back to the Future? That would be
No,
good.
no, but somebody like bigger to like now.
Okay. Cool. Very good.
Hold on, I'm looking up a character.
Give me a show. Give me a show or a movie that the
Big
person's
Mouth.
been in.
Big Mouth.
It's all right. I don't want to know. I'll save it.
I know. I said Big Mouth. I said Big Mouth.
They have a big mouth?
No, the show is called Big Mouth.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You never heard of that show?
No.
What are you talking about? It's on Netflix.
Big Mouth?
It's like the cartoon.
I got rid of Netflix. I didn't get Netflix back until Stranger Things season 4 came out. I canceled Netflix like 3 years ago after the last season of Stranger Things, season 3. I was like, all right, fuck Netflix. I'm done with it. Because they canceled all my shows that I was watching. Once they canceled Orange is the New Black. And,
I think you're the only person I know who gets rid of Netflix and gets it back.
And the OA, those were like the only 2 Netflix shows that I was, and Black Mirror that I was watching besides Stranger Things. So once those 3, not that Black Mirror is coming back, but once the pandemic happened, I was like, oh, Black Mirror's on fucking back burner for a while. They're not bringing that back for like 3 years. Because you can just tell, because it's too much to have Black Mirror going on during the pandemic. So I was like, that's not coming back anytime soon. So I was like, fuck Netflix. And when HBO Max came out, I canceled Netflix. I was like, what's the point? For me personally.
How did the OA end?
Dude, I don't know. It was left very weird. It was very weird.
The second season of the OA, as she traverses to another dimension and ends up in San Francisco to continue her research from her former captor Hap and fellow captives. Prairie crosses path with a private eye and assists.
It ended with them being on the set of a production.
Meanwhile, in the original dimension, a series of unfortunate events propels the OA's 5 companions to embark on a road trip across America to assist the OA in her journey. Oh, that's right. It was like
It was on. They were on the set of a TV show or a movie or something like that. Is what it turned out to be, which is pretty cool. That's like Twin Peaks, except they never show you the set.
Weird.
Yeah, but yeah.
Sorry, not to get on an OA conversation. I was just like,
no.
I couldn't remember.
So what do we got? What do we got
so
for episode 4 of Paper Girls? What's the synopsis?
So it was never about the corn. This is rated 8.0 so far, the highest rating of the 4 episodes.
Awesome.
So far.
Awesome.
Larry may have a way for the girls to get home to 1988, but it's going to require a lot of adult errand. And Mac may not want to go home to her old life after spending time with Dylan. This one's directed by Destiny Edgar.
This one's directed by Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Edgar, and written by Casey Perry, Stephanie Folsom, and Brian K. Vaughan.
Katy Perry.
Yeah, so this that we do meet. It looks like we might be meeting grandfather this episode.
Nice.
Or at least seeing him.
It's about time.
Yeah. I'm looking around. Anything else here? Who is this person? Adult? Who the hell is Missy?
Missy? I don't know.
No, it says somebody plays adult Missy.
Who the fuck is Missy? I don't know who that is.
I don't know. It was never about the corn. Do we have any guesses of what music we're going to hear in this episode? How much more New Order can we drop?
Yeah, another New Order song. What's left? Bizarre Love Triangle.
That's
Extended
true.
Dance remix. It's the only
Bizarre
version of that song.
If we get Bizarre Love Triangle, that would be awesome. But
probably, but that's when they could save for the finale or something.
Isn't that song in Napoleon Dynamite?
Probably.
I think that's when I first remember like hearing it. Really.
Yeah, I was in high school at some point when I heard it. Banger.
Napoleon Dynamite. Actually, they're playing it at a theater near where we live, and like a not a movie theater, like a theater. And John Hader, the guy who plays Napoleon Dynamite, is going to be there for a Q&A afterwards.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I got the soundtrack up right now for Napoleon Dynamite. It doesn't look like it's in that movie. I thought it was.
What was it in?
When in Rome, The Promise is the song I'm thinking of. That's in Napoleon
Oh,
Dynamite.
totally.
Yeah.
Was it in like fucking
other
like
songs?
Night at the
No?
Roxbury or something? No, that was
Bizarre
all
Love
90s.
Triangle.
That was all 90s music.
I mean, it's got to be in a lot of things.
Yeah.
I actually don't. I'm sure our listeners don't mind that we're going off on this tangent. This is what the Rude Cast is all about. It's about tangents.
Tangents, man.
All right, let's see. It's in Rolling Stone's 500 greatest songs of all time.
I'd agree with that. I'd even put it in the top 100, maybe even top 50.
It's number 7 on New Order's 30 greatest songs ever.
Really?
The Bizarre Love Triangle has been covered by Donna Lewis, the Black Eyed Peas. Really?
What? No.
Yeah. Even as we speak, Stabbing Westward, J. May, Charlotte Martin. I don't know who any of these people are, but Black Eyed Peas. The song was also remixed by the Crystal Method. Bizarre Dub Triangle.
Really
There's so many versions of Bizarre Love Triangle, Bizarre Dub Triangle.
Yeah.
There's like 25 different versions of it.
This is the thing about Bizarre Love Triangle. The normal version of the song is ass. It's horrible. It's got a fucking Lars.
No, it's great.
No. The normal standard version has a Lars Ulrich Saint Anger snare drum to it. Boom, just a boing, just a boom, just a boing. The extended dance mix, the 6 minute and 30-second version is the one.
6 minutes and 44.
Yeah, that's the proper. That should
the
be the
original
only
one
version
is
of the
4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's terrible song. Terrible. Go listen to both and you tell me which is better.
I know. I do like the extended dance mix.
Yeah.
Is the extended dance mix is the extended dance mix the one that has like the vocoder in it also?
Yes. Yes, as a very like in the background thing towards like the middle of the song.
Yeah. It's got this song. It's got to be in movies. So 3 episodes. 3 episodes
in my water, by the way.
No, you can't.
It tastes. You ever get a bottle of Poland Spring and it tastes like rocks? That's what this tastes like.
I agree with you. I could see that.
No.
Do you? So all right, we're 3 episodes in. We're at thumb more up, correct?
I would. All right. So I was at the middle, and now I'm kind of like right there, and I'll give it the Orange Cassidy thumb.
Okay, fair enough. What is this? The song "Bizarre Love Triangle" appears in. Oh my god, it's just giving me like
everything.
There's a website I think that you can find a list of like what it's in. I've never heard of like any of these shows. Oh, it's in My Girl.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
If there was no DMCA, I'd play it.
I don't think this is right. Look up Bizarre Love Triangle. It's a great song. Songfacts.com.
Oh, we got the fucking thing.
I don't know if it's it doesn't say what lyrics or songs. I don't know. All right.
I don't know.
All right, folks. Well, we'll catch you for episode 4 of Stranger Things. Stranger Things of Paper Girls.
Episode 4 of Stranger Things season 5.
Oh man. The coffee is not kicked in. It's only fucking Tuesday. It was never about the corn. Episode 4.
It's Tuesday, ain't it?
It's Tuesday. It was never about the corn. Episode 4 of Paper Girls. Dan, are you gonna watch this one tonight or today?
I'm about to watch Westworld, and then I'm gonna watch Paper Girls tonight.
Oh, you didn't watch Westworld yet?
Not yet. I had a bad headache last night, so I was like, I'm not watching it. I want to watch it with no headache. You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah, I hear you. Fair is fair. All right, I'm out. It's your boy BMT. That's Dr. Dan. Dan, tell the people where they can find us.
Everywhere at The Rude Dude Cast. If you go to our Instagram at The Rude Dude Cast, in the bio, there's a link tree. You can click that. You can access all of our social medias via the link tree.
Yep. And thank you to all of our returning listeners and new listeners. Hello to the fine folks in Sweden, Ireland, the UK,
Yeah.
who have joined us for these. We appreciate you. And I hope that you like the sound of our voices. uh, well, I'm out. Deuces and gooses. And listen to Danzig's Mother and then Nothing Else by Danzig.
Top guys. Out.
Out.